Got some pretty awesome Xbox controller updates, and a big day one get for Xbox Game Pass has been announced. One of the best features of the Xbox Series X and S is the backwards compatibility with the peripherals with something like the Xbox One controller, because Xbox has released so many different Xbox controllers in terms of like the colors and the styles and special editions and all that kind of stuff, that the ability to still be able to use those controllers on the Xbox Series X and S is just a great feature for gamers and something that shows the consumer friendliness of Xbox. So the Xbox Series controllers have some new features compared to the Xbox One controllers, and one of the most important things that it has is that dynamic latency input, reducing the latency between your inputs on the controller and what is actually happening on the screen. Now, when the Series X and S was launched, like I said, you were able to connect your Xbox One controllers to the console, but it did not have this dynamic latency input. Well, it looks like with the Alpha Skip Ahead program, they are starting to implement and test dynamic latency input for Xbox One controllers, and then eventually will be rolled out to everybody else. And this is huge because I think this makes a big difference. I think for a lot of people, they do feel that latency difference between the Xbox One controller and the Series controller when they're playing games on their Series X or S. And when this gets rolled out to everybody, it will pretty much just be gone. You're going to be able to pick up an Xbox One controller and have the ability and feel that you're going to have that reduced latency like you have with the Xbox Series controllers. I know for me, I have a ton of Xbox One controllers. I already have a ton of Xbox Series controllers, and I have the Xbox Elite 2 controller coming in, which is the Halo Infinite edition, which is also getting this dynamic latency input addition to it. So I'm excited to hear about this because that was one of my main kind of thoughts and drawbacks about getting that Halo Infinite Elite Series 2 controller was, is it going to have the latency features that the Xbox Series controller has? And now we know that they're testing it and it is going to be getting it, so that is kind of a relief. And overall, this is just a great thing, continuing the backwards compatibility options and consumer friendliness that Xbox has been doing with their peripherals transferred from the Xbox One to the Xbox Series. And that isn't the only thing they've added. They're actually adding the fact to you can pair your Xbox One controllers with your Bluetooth devices as well as with your Xbox Series controllers. But with the Xbox One controller, you weren't really easily able to switch between, if you were paired Bluetooth to your phone and then you wanted to switch over to your Xbox, you weren't able to easily switch between the two devices at the same time. With the Xbox Series controller, I actually made a video on this. You could do it. All you have to do was double tap the sync button and then it would switch from device to device. But it looks like they are testing that out as well with the Xbox One controllers and will be adding that feature. So just another great feature, adding to the backwards compatibility of the peripherals, meaning that we're going to be able to continue to use these controllers and feel satisfied with them for a long time. Now, that isn't the only thing they're rolling out with controllers. They're actually rolling out the new HDMI CEC features, which I think is very cool as well, basically allowing your TV remote to control your Xbox. They are releasing third-party, like specific Xbox TV remotes, but it looks like we may not need those anymore if this works properly. So it says here, this is from Brad Rossetti, who is actually the Xbox and PC gaming at Microsoft, and he is the Xbox Insider Program lead. And he says here, you can now use your TV remote to navigate the Xbox dashboard and control streaming apps like Netflix. And you're gonna be able to switch the TV input to your Xbox by pressing the Xbox button on your controller. Now, with a single press of the Xbox button on your controller, you can switch your TV input back to your console and begin gaming immediately. So two cool features that are being added, continuing to work on the quality of life of these features, and I'm happy to see this. Just being able to control your Xbox menu with a TV remote, I think, is a big thing, especially if you're somebody who uses your Xbox a lot for the streaming apps that are on there when you're not playing games, stuff like that. Okay, and jumping over here to an actually pretty big day one Xbox Game Pass get, and that is Football Manager 2022. So the announcement here is that Football Manager 2022 and Football Manager 2022 Xbox Edition will be launching day one on Xbox Game Pass on November 9th. And you're going to be able to play both versions of the games and like transfer your progress between each version. As it says here, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members in supported countries and regions can also continue their progress on Football Manager 2022 Xbox Edition from any supported device through Xbox Cloud Gaming. beta, and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members obviously have access to both titles, and you're gonna be able to transfer your progress between your Xbox console and your Windows PC with your Xbox profile. So it's just gonna be that immersion of being able to play anywhere with a game that is actually pretty popular. I'm not interested in this game whatsoever. I'm not the biggest football/soccer guy. I watch like the World Cup and Euro and sometimes some club football, but not too much. I'm not that into the sport, but it is the biggest sport in the world, and I'm pretty sure it's the biggest sport in the world. But this is going to interest a lot of people, and you can even see here on the Steam charts. So even just in the last 48 hours, I believe this is what it's for. Yeah, in the last 48 hours, most recent 48 hours, Football Manager 2021 on Steam has had 59,000 current players and had 60,000 peak players. And Football Manager is a very, very popular game on PC. And this is really big because this could really push a lot of people who generally purchase this game on Steam to move over and sign up to Xbox Game Pass to get the subscription and not have to pay the full price for the game. So I think this is a great move by Xbox, also a great move by Football Manager, because they're going to be getting the sales of people buying it on Steam. Plus, they're going to be making that deal that whatever they did with Xbox in order to get it onto Xbox Game Pass. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments below. Are you excited for the Xbox One updates to the dynamic latency as well as the Bluetooth switching for the Xbox One controllers? And are you going to be playing Football Manager 2022 when it comes onto Xbox Game Pass? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you're new here and you like what you see throughout this video. I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow, help grow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.